Now, once you start meddling around the business of the people of the Republic of Kenya, and mostly the business of trying to distract on how our lives are meant to be, then we have to dig deep into your life and fight the dirt that will destroy your said reputation that you seem to be so much caring about. That is the case of the current dominated member of parliament and former women representative of Murang'a County, Honorable Sabina Chege. Are you getting the point? Now, Honorable Sabina Chege, currently she has a motion in parliament, and the motion is about it's horticulture, horticulture crop authority bill 2024, which she has tabled in the parliament of the Republic of Kenya. Now tuachane na hii, wacha turudi nyuma kidogo to who this woman is, ndio tuelewe. Kwanza kuna juice na sio juice pekee, there is a certain new aspect of the said honorable ambayo imeweza kulikiwa na none other than Maverick Aoko Otieno. Kwanza hii ni ile kali, hii ni ile kali. Yes, let's get deep into this ndio mwelewe huyu wa honorable Sabina Chege is. Huyu mumwitaga maito wa county. That's what you call her. Now listen, Aoko says, don't think I have forgotten Ketepa ya huyo CBK deputy governor under Delians. Tuachane na hiyo. Hiyo tutakuja kupeana hiyo chai, kwanza ni moto sana, inahusisha Murkomen. Now meanwhile anasema patieni mimi namba ya Sabina Chege. She came up with that culture bill funded by akina Bill Gates to ensure we fully depend on their imported GMO. Killing local farming is the goal. Sabina first smelt the intoxicating fragrance of relevance. When the late John DeMathew made a video vixen in his famed song, Njata Yakwa, she was then a nondescript KBC journalist who still didn't know how to coil a tongue around a shaft, let alone microphone. Now, a redeeming quality was a riveting grin and an unmistakable youthful glow. Urembo naye alikuwa nayo dem. It follows that the Benga Maestro wasn't the only one enchanted by Sabby. He soon lost her to Pastor Nganga. Yup, you heard that right. Our favorite Neno Evangelist pastor was awarded into Chege's Holy of Holies Hole. Hey, yako nako mumekasikia. Ni mwakaigwa. Mumekasikia yako. Listen, nitarudia. Listen, anasema hivi. Maneno ni ya nani huyu? Ni ya Aoko Maverick. Anasema yep, you heard that right. Our favorite Neno Evangelist Oncho was warded into Chege's Holy of Holies hole. Guy, tuendele. Anasema, we don't know whom between those is the father of a daughter, but she was on an upward trajectory, leveraging on her fair countenance, opportunistic traits, and Mount Kenya's indisposition to matriarchy. Supported Azimio and campaigned for Raila Odinga in Nyanza more than Luo MPs, then quickly switched to Ruto's side when it was obvious power and resources were now in Sugoi. She picks instructions and money from Sudi's office. She is currently married as a second wife to some businessman after residents excoriated her. That relying on young boys like Chacha for cobweb removal and hormonal regulation will cost her not only a repute but also votes and lose. She did Jubilee to rescue her from depression with a nomination. All we are asking her is to kindly avail herself and explain to us this fiendish bill, and we are neither entreating nor beseeching. We are firmly yet, for now, politely demanding, elucidate why you would want has to go through such pernicious regulations to grow our own food. Now, hii ni expose fulani kali sana. By the way, about Sabina Chege and DeMathew, that is something that we have never brought out of contention. Hiyo ni kitu sisi wenyewe tunajua. Hii kitu DeMathew alikuwa analima. Unaelewa? Hey, we respect our legend, by the way. We respect our legend. We respect DeMathew and we love him. In the Mount Kenya region, among the musicians that are loved, DeMathew is one of them. Now, tuingie kwa Nganga. I think it was last year when Sabina Chege visited Pastor Nganga's church together with her children. And a lot of stories and rumors said it that Sabina Chege and Pastor Maina Nganga had a thing for each other back in the days. But because the office that Sabina Chege came to hold as a politician and the controversy that befell Pastor Maina Nganga, these people could not ride on that on their said relationship together no more. Sabina had to take her own path and Nganga had to take his own path, which he has remained on for a very long time. Tunaelewana? Yes. So rumor has it that one of Sabina Chege's daughter is Pastor Maina Nganga's kid. And also, remember, not only that Sabina Chege alikuwa involved na DeMathew na Maina Nganga, she was also involved with the former cabinet secretary under Mzee Mwai Kibaki's regime, that was Amos Kimunya. Mnamkumbuka Amos Kimunya? Yeah, that's right. Yes, and right now anakuanga ameoleka as a second wife to former ni current KCC sijui CEO. Now come to the current bill. Tuachane na mambo yake ya personal life sasa, kwa sababu tumemchimba chimba venye inafaa, so that we look at it in the broader picture. What is the Horticulture Crops Authority Bill 2024 means for fruit and vegetable farmers? Now, let's go down this road. On September 20th, nominated Member of Parliament Honorable Sabina Chege sponsored the Horticulture Crops Authority Bill 2024, the newest bill yet within the agriculture sector in the country. The bill proposes to provide for the establishment, functions and powers of a Horticulture Crops Authority, the regulation of the production, post-harvest handling and marketing of horticultural crops. This comprises growing, handling and selling fruits, vegetables and flowers, and even enacted by Parliament, it will be known as the Horticultural Crops Act of the year 2024. Tunaelewana? Now the new bill proposes to accelerate the development of the industry, enhance the income of farmers, coordinate stakeholders in the industry, attract investments within the industry, facilitate the export of produce, and lastly, safeguard food safety standards. Skiza na usikize vizuri. What does this bill mean? This bill is meant to accelerate the development of the industry, enhance the income of farmers, coordinate stakeholders in the industry, attract investment within the industry, facilitate the export of produce, and lastly, safeguard food safety standards. But how will it achieve that? Now, the bill says, if passed, the Horticultural Crops Act of 2024 shall apply to all horticultural produce or produce products that are grown, processed or marketed in Kenya. Any produce imported to or exported from Kenya will have to meet set standards, and these will apply to all farms, whether individual or communally held. Now, the Act will set in place a parallel authority to the Agriculture and Food Authority, AFA, known as the Horticulture Crops Authority. Its powers and responsibilities will be a replica of other government authorities, especially the AFA. It will be a legal entity in its own right and it will issue export and import license as well as processing license for horticultural products. A person shall, listen, a person shall not process, import, or export cultural produce or product unless that person is licensed by the authority. The bill read, now the Cabinet Secretary shall prescribe regulations providing for the procedure for licensing under this section and the appeal process in case of refusal or denial of license. It hands, a license issued under this section shall remain in force from the 1st of July until the 13th of June of the following year unless earlier cancelled. Now the bill also proposes to give counties leeway to charge excess fee, cess fee, all the products grown within particular counties. Sikiza hiyo pumbavu. So mkianza kulima mtakuwa what she is currently proposing ni eti ukilima you will have to pay a certain amount of money for the certain type of crops ambazo unapanda kwa shamba yako. Ukiamua kulima kamande kwa shamba yako, you will utakuwa unatakika na ulipe for planting kamande. Tunaelewana? Now the bill also proposes to give counties leeway to charge sales fees for all the products grown within particular counties. Yeah, that's one of them. Now, county government will keep a list of all marketing agents, nursery dealers, planting material propagators, and mother block operators in the domestic market. Now, this is a move ya ku make the market and the farming in our country to become a market that is filled with taxation. Now this will be the over taxation in the agricultural sector. Niambie, huyu mama amezaliwa Murang'a, amelelewa Murang'a. Tell me how somebody who have seen how people depend on agriculture in the places that she came from proposes such a bill that mkulima atakuwa, unajua sahi mkulima anapata a very small amount in return of what they really plant or what they really farm. Anapata pesa kidogo sana because hiyo pesa imekatwa taxes mingi sana. Now this one is coming to accelerate the taxes. Aongeze mzigo ingine hapo. Listen, the authority or respective county government shall issue a certificate of registration to an applicant who fulfills the registration requirements prescribed in regulations. The bill says, individuals contravening the law will be liable for a fine not exceeding 1 million or imprisonment of not more than 3 years or below or both. So usipokuwa na hizi license zao kama mkulima, uko na kashamba kako kaika moja mahali unalima na ujalipa hizi license zao za kipumbavu ambazo wameleta na taxes, utakuwa unachanjiwa 1 million Kenya shillings. Now under the proposed law, horticulture produce will be branded with certification marks including geographical indications as a mark of origin, and only products that conform to quality standards will be permitted for sale in the local and export market. Sikia hiyo ujinga. So kama vitu zako zenye umelima hazina hizo markings na hazina hizo credentials ambazo wanasema, hazitakubalika sokoni. So meaning wataanza pia kucontrol the things that zinauzwa huko Muthurwa market, Marikiti, zenye zinauzwa City market and all that. Tunaelewana? It also prohibits the growing of horticultural crops in dumping sites or sewerage and the use of contaminated water to irrigate or wash produce. Iyo tunaona sense hapo. Now the Horticultural Crops Authority will conduct inspections and surveillance to stem and arrest breaches of the required standards. No horticultural produce or product would be labeled as organic without certification from the authority. Kenya's agriculture sector accounts for over 20% of Kenya's gross domestic product, that is the GDP, and employs over 40% of the total population and more than 70% of the country's rural population. It accounts for 65% of Kenyans' export earnings. Now, mama anakuja kuweka regulations hapo ndio Wakenya waache ukulima. Niambie, what type of a leader does that? Type of a leader mwenye kazi yake ilikuwa ni kupeana ndiye afike mahali amefika. We won't hide things no more. Ni hayo kwa sasa wadau. Subscribe.